Hi, welcome to my channel. Thank you for being with me, my dear Virgos. This reading is for Virgo Sun, Virgo Rising, Virgo Moon, and actually for Virgo North Node as well, because a lot of sort of star path and where you're headed stuff came through. That doesn't always happen, but we are in this time where I've been talking a lot about passion for purpose. So that's been a big theme for all the signs, but for you, it's come through with a lot of information, a lot of answers. So I am a little bit overwhelmed because it's a lot of information, and I'm going to take a second to just get it all out, and then I'll go ahead and pull some tarot for you. So the first thing that came through was this need for you to step out of your incredible intellectual abilities. Okay, we all know how brilliant you guys are, the gifts that you have, how smart you are, everything that you can figure out. That's something that you've already spent time on this planet developing and seeing that it works, right? You know that you're brilliant. You know that you're the boss. You know that even if you're not actually the boss, you know you're the one running stuff, right? But while you've spent so much time developing that, the other side of that is that you can be a perfectionist and very critical and sometimes judgmental, because you know maybe how things should be, how things should have been, how people should have treated you, how situations should have actually unfolded in the right way. And the right way is what Spirit wanted to talk about with you. There's a real need for you to let go of your ideas of what right and wrong is, because it's only holding you down from the incredible potential, the incredible future that you're building. It's actually right there in front of you, but to be able to kind of step into that space, which is literally like one hop away from you, it's like right there, but to be able to jump into that stream of consciousness that is available to you, you're gonna have to let go of being right. And it's not to say that you're wrong in all the assessments and the judgments and the things that you feel hold you back, right? You're not wrong, but is it worth being stuck in a cycle again and again and again and revisiting the same patterns again and again and again? Is that worth it just to be right? Or could you come from a place of, yes, that happened to me. Yes, I was treated that way. Or yes, I've been in this cycle for such and such time, but I'm ready to move forward, and I'm ready to understand, and I'm ready for Spirit to show me why those things happened to me. Okay? So jumping out of the victimhood, which brings you into a very low vibration, it makes you ruminate things that have happened to you. It makes you actually crave old situations, bringing old people from your past back into your life, right? You yourself are creating this path where you find yourself in the same place again and again and again. Why haven't you broken through when you have everything in your power to do so? You are the most brilliant mind out there. So why haven't you been able to kind of push through this energy? What's been holding you back? And what's really come through is your need to step out of that brilliance that you have and the way that you think things would be perfect, right? To let go of that and understand that. Actually, a great teacher of mine once said, and it's really coming through right now, that to be perfect is to be perfectly human. And to be human, obviously there's no such thing as perfection, right? And so it's really important for you to grasp that now, because everything that you're doing and everything that you've been experiencing in your life up until this point has been for you to gather the experiences, because you're going to take that and you're going to build something great with it. It hasn't been for no reason. It's not that you're like in a karmic path and you've, just experienced some real lows or some horrible things happen to you. That has not gone in vain or unnoticed. Spirit knows your strength and your wisdom. And so it's been a gift for you to be able to experience the depths of humanity, the highs and the lows. And it's because you are working to become one of the greatest storytellers of our time. And it's really important for you to understand that things don't happen in vain and that you're not a victim. And also to step into the vibration and the frequency of not judging, not saying that you're better than someone, or you're smarter than someone, or you understand something better than someone. Those are gifts that Spirit has given you out of pure love. So receive them from love. Don't receive them from here, because what you're putting out is a frequency of adversity and competitiveness and separation, this or that, instead of oneness, instead of love. So there's a need for you to come back to that humility of what it means to be gifted, what it means to have the potential to be great. And in order to be in that space, you have to understand that we are humble beggars of the divine, and all the gifts we have, they were given to us for a reason. And what better way to say thank you than to use them from a place of love, than to let go of the judgments and the victimhood of things that we've gone through and come from our hearts and like tap into that energy, right? You have this ability to connect yourself to Mother Earth, to water, to gain that balance and that healing that you need from those sources. It's like an instant gift for you. So use it, tap into that, connect with that, build a relationship with that, and your heart will be so full every day. And the more that you do that, the more that you practice that, the waking up every day and knowing that today your mission is to fill your heart and to serve from doing the things that you love and that make you happy, not doing things because they're going to give you a certain status in the world, because they're going to make you a certain amount of money, because then you're really going to feel like you're in charge of your life, or because you want to be the boss, or because you want to be respected, or you want someone to give you the title that you've made it. No one can do that for you. There's no course, there's no degree, there's nothing that can give you that knowing in your heart that you are living your potential every day and you're extracting the good and the beauty from the planet every single day. And the reason I'm speaking this way with so much knowing, I normally don't do this. Like, I normally let the cards kind of guide me into like what you need to hear, but I'm feeling this energy brewing within me of like, it's enough. Like, you're at a place now where you're ready to graduate, and you need to graduate yourself. Okay? There's nothing can do that for you. It's about you waking up and saying, I'm ready. I'm ready to end this cycle, and I'm ready to jump into this stream of consciousness that I am choosing today. I mean, how amazing is that? That it is 100% your choice, and it's actually there for you. It's right there in front of you. I can see it. It's right there. You have everything you need. Everything. You just have to drop out of the brain and into your heart. And when you do that, it's going to be so clear for you what your purpose is. So I've just been feeling like it's like a clogged pipe. And once you unclog it, the water's just going to start flowing, and you're going to start pouring into the planet all your beautiful gifts. But there is this strong need for you to step away from the perfection that you seek. And I'm getting this sense of loneliness as well. That's only because you haven't received the people that Spirit has placed in your life in the past. You haven't seen them without judgment for who they are, and respecting that they're on a certain path, and they've been through certain things, and they're coming through certain traumas. The focus has been more on analyzing how they haven't given you permission, as opposed to you just giving that to yourself, which you have the power to do. Okay. So now that I've said that, my dear Virgos, I'm going to jump into the tarot and see what messages come out for you about where you are in this cycle. Also, I do want to say the reason that I'm saying that it's so close to you and it's about you just jumping into that pool, it's because you have been doing the work. Okay, it's not like you've been ignoring. I hate saying the work, but you know what I mean. It's you've been healing, you've been learning, you've been releasing, you've been looking for that purpose within you of, why am I on this planet? What am I here to do? But you get really caught up in judging the planet and hating planet Earth and the way people are and how unjust things are. I'm not saying you're wrong, but getting caught up in that is not going to create the space that you need to completely blossom and flourish. So there's just a need for you to see the bigger picture now, and rise above that energy and invest in your heart wisdom. That's the other thing that was coming to me, is it's not that you're by the book, but it's you spend so much of your time and energy building this incredible reference book in your head about how things work and why certain things happen, and you make certain connections, and you have this incredible resource, a library of information in your head, and that's so beautiful. But you also have to do that with your heart and grow your heart wisdom and learn to trust your intuition, because you have it. You really do. But you have to feed it the same way that you do with the mind, right? The way you research, the way you learn, bringing that same energy to the heart and feeding every day and making sure that your heart is full. And if it's not, keep searching, keep digging, sit in that quiet space, look at your reflection and see what Spirit's trying to show you. Don't run from it. Practice compassion and awareness knowing how amazing you are, if you really see how amazing you are, you're able to come from compassion and humility towards others. And that will bring the people that you want into your life. It's not about going backwards into old relationships. Okay. So you got the Death card. Not a big surprise there. You're definitely shedding this old way of being and rebirthing into this incredibly balanced person that leads with the heart and supports with the mind. So in terms of the rebirth, you got the Fool card. You're definitely starting a new beginning, a new cycle, bringing in all that I've been talking about. And I've been talking about you jumping into a new stream of consciousness, and the Fool card just beautifully shows that. Amazing. Yeah, and also the Fool is like going back to that childlike energy, you know, the child that says like, I want to do this when I grow up, and I want to do that, and you don't think twice about it. You feel it in your heart and you go for it, right? No one has told you that yet that that's impossible, or that's only going to happen to like 1 out of 5 million people. Like there isn't information about it. It's like an impulse that comes from the knowing of like, this is the thing that will make me happy. So tapping into that energy as well. I'm feeling a need for you to balance your feminine energy, and I think it's kind of happening automatically. I don't get the sense that you need to do anything but be in that compassionate space, because I feel like it's releasing on its own through all the experiences that you're having right now. Okay, beautiful. So you got the Moon card as well. There's definitely things that are happening that are being guided by the universe that maybe haven't come into your full awareness yet, which is pretty cool, because I was just talking about like being compassionate and being in that awareness. There are still things that are going to be revealed to you about your path. You don't have all the information yet. But definitely being in your heart is going to, or feeding your heart, fulfilling your heart, understanding your divine purpose as a soul, not as a person that wants to do certain things or achieve certain things, will help you to really be in your intuition. Just going to guide this next phase. Yeah. So you got the Empress. Beautiful card, not surprised, considering we were just talking about your ability to connect with Mother Nature comes at such an ease for you, and she feeds you so much, and it's like almost instant for you. You don't have to do much, like just a walk through the forest or a swim in the ocean. It will completely revitalize you. But this is also like the beginning of you, I don't want to say like manifesting the thing you want to manifest, because that's been happening your whole life. Your entire life has been a process of you experiencing the things that you're going to need to do the thing that you want to do, right? So it's more of like coming into that, again, awareness that all of this has been to bring you to your path of creating the thing that you want to share with the world. So coming into that awareness is going to make the ground, make the soil more fertile right? So that more can grow and sprout from it. It's also like the feminine side, a very maternal, and I was feeling the feminine going through a bit of a purge for you right now. It's that maternal humility, right? Like the mother knows that she's responsible for her kids, but she also knows that the kids are going to be the kids, right? They're going to do things that they're going to have to fall, right? They're going to have to scrape their knees. They're going to have to they're going to want to touch the stovetop when you tell them don't touch it, it's hot. They're going to want to touch and get burned and then experience that to understand, oh, that's why I'm not supposed to touch that, right? So she understands there's only so much she can do. She can't control everything. A lot of the learnings for her children are going to have to come through experience, right? The mother is more facilitating and making sure that the fundamentals are there, right? So there's a need for you to control less and be in that energy of allowing the universe to do its thing, and look at the people around you like those kids instead of judging them, right? Yeah. You literally got the card that means new awareness, coming into this new understanding. So I don't know if there's much more that I can say about that because it's what I've been talking about. But it's also, it is the judgment card, which usually means coming into this new understanding, right? But because of the context of what we're talking about, it's definitely, look at this image of this woman freeing herself from her physical body and accessing higher realms. And that freedom comes from releasing judgment and earthly structures, basically. And then you got the World card, right? So once you come into that awareness, you will be completing a cycle, 100%. Yeah. And here you are, Virgo, showing up in your reading. Overall energy. So yeah, also a time to withdraw, go within. If any of what I said, if you feel like what I said makes some sort of sense, but maybe you're not really accessing that yet, it's time for you to go inward and take the space that you need to heal and be with yourself and receive messages yourself, right? Because we all have that inner compass. So maybe it's a time for you to do that. And if it completely resonates and you're like, oh yeah, that's totally what I'm doing right now. I got it. It makes so much sense. And I'm stepping into that, Fool energy, and I'm jumping into this whole new thing. And I'm grateful for the experiences I've had because they've all been gifts for me to add to my toolkit for when I tell my big story, right? If you're in that space, then this is just you showing up in your reading saying, yes, I'm me, I'm Virgo, I get it. So there's one other thing I wanted to share with you. I wanted to, so what came out was this higher realm soul purpose. Basically, you got the same card that's been coming out. It came out for Taurus. It's been coming out for the season, for the end of the year, the start of the new year, the passion for purpose. I think I started talking about that at the beginning of the video. And so I pulled a oracle for you about that specifically, all these experiences that you've been accumulating and this new awareness that you're going to step into, what is it that you're sort of preparing for, right? Because I'm feeling like that's a burning question for you. It's right, yeah, that sounds great, but why am I here? And what am I here to do, right? That answer does not usually come through this clearly. But what you got was light language, and there's a real need, and my throat has been like so scratchy ever since I started this reading. There's a need for you to sing. Like, your voice has a certain frequency that heals yourself and others. So like, no matter what you choose to do and like what you enjoy doing or like what you want to build and create, never forget to sing, because that's something that you need to do. And also, it's about speaking your truth. There might be some conversations that you need to have that will help like free you from that energy. There's a need for you to speak up and kind of own who you are and what you've been through. No one can give you permission to do that. You just have to start doing it. Okay. Let me just check. Let's see. Okay, right. So basically the throat, like the reason it's come out as well, and I'll just show you this beautiful card because it's blue, right? Throat chakra. The reason it's come through is because this is all an activation. It's an activation for you to like use all the wisdom and all the consciousness that you do have, and to channel it through your heart and like kind of stop trying to make sense of it up here and use sound to emit what you're feeling, and it's going to be received, and it's going to be so good for you, and it's going to be good for the people around you. But also, it's about you being like your own wizard. Like, what you say is what you're casting. It's like the spell that you're casting, right? Because you're so powerful. And so it's about also being mindful that what you speak into existence is what's going to be activated and created. So just make sure, again, that you're coming from your heart when you speak your truth, right? That you're not just like lashing out or like blaming others, because that's puts you right back into that cycle. And you don't need to be. Clearly, like what's come out just shows me like you absolutely don't need to be in this cycle. It's like totally your choice to step out of it and start a whole new life. So thank you, Virgo. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got a little bit out of it. Hopefully it resonated with you. If it did, please give me a like, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be posting more content. I'm going to go through the signs, and then I'm going to start posting content on some really cool tips and tools that I use to kind of stay in that space of my heart. There's some beautiful like rituals and exercises that I do that tap me into that unconditional love, which is something that we all need more of, right? So stay tuned, and thank you for watching. I love you.